I got a phone call from a woman who said that she had heard about me through an old colleague of mine, and she wanted her bedroom redone. She wanted it to feel romantic. When I got to the house, it was pretty wrecky, pretty wrecked up and kind of a mess. And I thought, well, that's okay. She's working on her house. And she greeted me in the door, and the house had just had laundry and piles of stuff everywhere. We could barely get through the front of the house. We sat down in the living room and we started to talk, and she seemed to like me right away. So she said, well, you know what, besides the bedroom, I'd really like to do something down here in the living room. And I looked around and I saw that there were wires hanging from the walls and across the ceiling. Where the cable was not where she wanted the TV, so she just basically draped wires, and there was a sheet draped through the middle of the room on a string, and I saw so many opportunities, let's put it that way, to make it better. So I started to talk to her about her budget, and she said, well, my budget is really very small. I have about $800, and that would include your fees. And I love a challenge, and I needed a job at that point, so I said, okay, let's do it. So I took pictures and I made plans, and I had some great ideas. So we got along well, and she seemed like a lovely lady, and she said, well, now that we've talked about the living room, let's go upstairs and talk about the bedroom. And we climbed up this really rickety set of stairs, and we got to the top of this landing. And again, there was just stuff piled everywhere, and I thought, no, I can do it. I can handle it. It's fine. We're going to make this great. And we walked into her bedroom, and she said, my boyfriend and I would like this to be more romantic. And I looked around, and there was a commode, like a portable toilet, in the middle of the room. That was not for show. It was used at the moment, and the room was very urine-y. And there was PVC pipe on the sides of the bed with some shower curtains hung around it like a makeshift drape. And there were candles all along the edge of one wall where there was no wall board, there was just the studs. And there was a very decorative, beautiful shelf that looked like a pink seashell on the opposite wall to the bed with a box of tampons on it. And this was the sum total of the decor. So I looked around and I said to myself, oh God, I can do this. I know I can. So I spent more hours than I told her I would on my own dime coming up with this plan. And I had really viable ideas. And I went to all this effort, and I made all of this for her, this plan, and I sent her the email, and I kept within her dollar amount, including everything she would have to buy. And she sent me a really angry email telling me that I was trying to rob her, and my ideas shouldn't cost that much money, and they weren't that special anyway. I felt terrible, and then I realized that, you know, you just can't please everyone. And sometimes you really can't please a person who sees it fit to have a toilet in the middle of their room. It was her, not me.